Hi, I'm AJ Nash, Digital Intelligence Advocate for Authenticate, with the weekly Cyber Intelligence Brief for 11 July 2025. Now, we've had another interesting week, so let's dig in. Microsoft's July Patch Tuesday addressed a critical Windows extended negotiation vulnerability with a CVSS score of 9.8. Now, this flaw enables unauthenticated remote code execution with wormable characteristics. It's drawing comparisons to WannaCry due to its self-propagating potential. I think everybody remembers how bad WannaCry was. So this vulnerability affects Windows 10 version 1607 and above. It allows network-based exploitation through SMB, RDP, and IIS protocols without user interaction. A combination of pre-authentication, remote exploitation, and wormable characteristics, try saying that 3 times. This demands immediate patching prioritization. All right, let's move on to CVEs. CISA added 6 vulnerabilities to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog this week. That includes CVE 2025-577, which has been dubbed Critics Bleed 2. That has a CVSS score of 9.3. There's also other high severity flaws like the multi-router looking glass flaw that was CVE 2014-3931. There was CVE 2016-10033, PHP mailer. There was also active exploitation of Wing FTP server. That has a CVSS score of 10. And telemessage SGNL platforms were added to the CISA KEV due to insecure defaults. Moving on to data breaches. One big one to talk about this week, Nippon Steel Solutions. They suffered a 0-day breach. Now, this data breach actually happened back in March, 7th of March, but the disclosure was delayed until July 9th this week. The incident exposed customer, partner, and employee personal information and highlights the critical need for enhanced 0-day detection capabilities, particularly for network equipment that forms the backbone of organizational security. Now, moving to active threat actors and some key trends, researchers identified NightEagle APT, which is a rare suspected North American state-sponsored group targeting Chinese strategic technology sectors like quantum technology, semiconductors, and AI research. The group exploits unknown Microsoft Exchange 0-day vulnerabilities and employs custom malware for each target, demonstrating advanced operational security and significant resource allocation. You don't see a lot of reporting about the U.S. or North America APT groups targeting Asia. It's normally the other way around. We also saw the Iranian-backed pay-to-key ransomware as a service operation. They've resurfaced now, and they're offering an 80% profit share for Iran supporters and hosted entirely on an invisible internet protocol, or invisible internet project, I should say, I2P, for advanced and enhanced anonymity. The group claims over 51 successful ransomware payouts, generating over $4 million in 4 months, primarily targeting Israeli and U.S. organizations. They've also added Linux targeting capabilities, which could help them evade traditional detection methods. Beyond that, we've observed significant disruption in the ransomware group ecosystem. Hunters International, one group, they've shut down operations. Satan Block has also ceased operations, even threatening to leak stolen data. Now, in the case of Satan Block, they've claimed 67 victims, with 65% previously compromised by other groups, which confirms what we've talked about in the past, a lot of researchers have, that it indicates a systematic targeting of already vulnerable organizations. Basically, if you've been hit once, there's a good chance you'll be hit again. That high victim overlap demonstrates this. So it's important, again, to not pay ransom. This is what happens if you do. A lot of times you'll get hit again. And lastly, but certainly not least, actually, in my opinion, the most alarming event of the week was a successful impersonation of U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio using artificial intelligence voice and text generation. Threat actors contacted multiple foreign ministers, a U.S. governor, and a member of Congress via Signal using sophisticated voice cloning and writing style mimicry. Now, this signals a critical escalation in the weaponization of AI against democratic institutions. You've been seeing this for a while. Anybody can put out all sorts of video and audio that impersonates people. It's just a matter of time until somebody decided to do that against politicians. And this is a significant thing for us to watch for. The governments are going to have to look at ways to do a better job of authenticating voice, text, any kind of communications. We all really need to do this. And challenge the communications we're getting, because this was the Secretary of State. It could be a president or any other world leader. We could be looking at somebody who eventually tries to start a conflict this way. So it's incredibly important. And obviously in business, we're all looking at this too. It's an advancement in terms of business email compromise. It could be advancement in terms of any sort of fraud. So it's very important to be validating who we're talking to, whether it's text, voice, email, even Zoom at this point. It's hard to tell what's real. So, for all the full details on the events that I just talked about and more, with concrete actionable recommendations for action, check out the complete brief on the Authenticate blog. Listen, that's all for this week. Stay vigilant.